Hi guys, Adam here with another review, and strap yourselves in. Shit's about to get serious.
Since the dawn of time, man has always questioned which is the best, Pro Evolution Soccer or FIFA. This great tale all began with FIFA International Soccer and a balding man named David Platt on the cover. Pro Evolution Soccer, meanwhile, came out of the gates with some creepy looking shadow person on the cover. And also Umbro. Whatever happened to Umbro? They used to sponsor Man United, and now, who knows where they are? I'll go and look in Sports Direct at some point. Anyway, this long battle raged on for decades, with FIFA bursting out the gates first, but Pro Evolution coming back and taking the crown. However, there was to be a twist in the tale. Around the time of 2007-2008, FIFA raised its game and took the crown for itself, slaying Pro Evolution Soccer. But now, in 2016, has there been another twist in the tale for these two titans? Let us find out! So, here it is. It's time for... Oh, Jesus. Right, I'm not doing that voice for the whole review. Fuck that. Anyway, here it is. Pro Evolution Soccer 2016. Although it should be called Pro Evolution Football 2016, so it's automatically a 1 out of 10. Actually, scratch that. It's PES. It's Pro Evo. And yes, it's back. It's here to chew gum and kick FIFA's ass. And you know what? It's fresh out of gum. So, the question that you're all asking is why? Why has Pro Evo come back and taken the crown after FIFA dominating for the last 5, 6, 7 years? Pro Evo is finally back. It's time to ditch FIFA and go back to Pro Evo. Why? We'll start with graphics. Now, believe it or not, the first person that I'm going to give praise to didn't even work on this game. That's right, Hideo Kojima. Why? Because he is the leader of the team that created the Fox engine, and this engine is excellent. We've seen it in previous years with Pro Evo 14. That was the first game to use it. We've also seen it with PT, where it looked amazing, and we've seen it more recently with Metal Gear Solid 5. This is a good engine. It is making the current generation of consoles sing. And with Pro Evo 2016, I think it's reached a peak. We've got lovely, smooth, buttery 60 frames per second. We've got 1080p. This game looks excellent. One thing that stands out in particular for me graphically is the animations. The animations are ahead of FIFA. Not only do players look more realistic when they're running with the ball, but also when they're fouled or when they're tackled. Also, something that is miles ahead is the goalkeepers. The saves they pull off look like real saves. The last couple of years with FIFA, the animations have tended to look a bit false, a bit weird when it comes to the goalkeepers. There's none of that here. The goalkeepers, the outfield players, everything, it all looks excellent. Great animations, great engine, great graphics. Next up is sound, and yes, you Pro Evo fans know that there has been a big change for this year's game. John Champion is out of there. Coming in, Peter Drury, and I think he is excellent. This guy, for me, very underrated in the commentary game. Here in Pro Evo, he's very natural, but he also brings a lot of passion to it. He takes it up a notch. For me, he is an improvement on John Champion, who's been a good servant to Pro Evo over the last few years. But Peter Drury is now, Peter Drury is the future, and he does a really good job here. And finally, it is the most important aspect when it comes to a football game. How is the gameplay? This is where things get serious. Pro Evolution Soccer 2016 on the pitch is the best football game of all time. That's it. I said it. Now, when you think back to what your favourite football game was of all time, I'm betting that you thought that game was the best because it had the perfect combination of being an accurate representation of football and also fun. And that is what we've got here. It's a perfect combination of realistic football but also a lot of fun to play. Now, I know exactly what you're thinking. You're thinking, hey Adam, you're handsome and you're trying to be a trendsetter. I'm really not. I am a sheep. I go where the best football is. That's why I've been with FIFA for the last few years now. But do you want to know why I'm going back to PES this year? It's simple. If you play good football, you are rewarded. Now, I'm not the first or the last person to say that with FIFA you can put in a good performance, you can do everything perfectly and yet somehow still have a bad experience. But the most important thing to remember is that it's on the pitch. That is where football games live or die. Teammate AI, opposition AI, it's all improved, it's all more realistic. I love seeing my teammates make intelligent runs for me to pass the ball to them. I've gotten used to FIFA over the last couple of years, and the amount of times a teammate AI has just run into an offside position and just stayed there, or he's run towards me instead of running into space, instead of dragging a defender away and making space for me, he'll actually run towards me. Here, there's none of that. There's none of it. Players are intelligent, they feel real, and it elevates the gameplay. It puts it right up there, and that's why, in my opinion, you've got the best gameplay ever created for a football game. I'll quickly mention some of the new features that Konami have talked about, starting with the new dynamic weather system. Yeah, it works. I mean, normally in football games they ask you, if you're playing like a friendly, what type of weather do you want? Do you want it sunny or rain or snow or whatever? I like the fact here that you can start a game in decent weather and it can change to rain. Rain can just come into the match, change the dynamics, change the physics, and then the rain can leave, and then you're playing on a wet pitch. You started on a dry pitch, you finish on a wet pitch, and the ball is moving a bit quicker. It's a good addition to the series. Last but not least, something that Konami did a lot of talking about is the revamped Master League. Now, for me, I don't see a major difference between this and the previous ones. It looks better. The UI is much easier to use and it's just a more user-friendly experience. But to be honest, they said that they've done like this big revamp of it. In my opinion, the Master League never needed a big revamp. They never needed to start from scratch. If it's not broke, don't fix it. This is your classic Master League that everybody loves. But like I say, it's a bit more user-friendly, it's a bit easier on the eyes, and it's a bit easier to use. So again, it's an improvement. I'm happy. So finally, we come to the verdict. And I've already said this is the best football game of all time, but you'll notice I said it's the best football game of all time on the pitch. There are still minor issues when it comes to, for example, the licenses. In that respect, FIFA is the rich kid. They've got all the licenses, and Konami can't quite compete in that area. Now, I haven't been able to test the online play, obviously, because I'm releasing this review quite a bit of time before the game is released, so I'm not sure how it's performed there. Hopefully, it's much better than it has been in recent years. There's also the My Club aspect, which is, of course, Pro Evo's version of Ultimate Team. Now, I have no interest in this mode myself. I know there's a lot of people out there that do, but for me, it doesn't bring anything to the game. That's just for me personally. I know, like I said, there's people out there who are very much looking forward to playing My Club, And if you're migrating from FIFA and from Ultimate Team, then my club will be a nice transition for you. They have made improvements to it, they've reworked it, they've redesigned it, but for me personally, it's not that important. So, if I was marking this game purely on the gameplay, it would be an automatic 10 out of 10. It would be the easiest 10 out of 10 I've ever given in my life. But because of the little tiny minor quibbles, like I say, with the licenses and a bit of presentation issues there, it can't quite get the 10. It's as close to a 10 as you can get. It's the strongest, highest, meatiest 9 that I've ever given in my life. Pro Evolution Soccer 2016, best on-pitch gameplay ever created in a football game. And if, like me, you've been on the FIFA team for the last few years, it might be time to request a transfer and go to the big boys. So that's the review, guys. If you are a PES fanboy, give me a like. If you're a FIFA fanboy, give me a dislike, because I know that's the way it's gonna work. Drop me a comment below. Are you gonna go with PES? Are you gonna go with FIFA? Let me know. And also, subscribe to the channel and I will keep the reviews coming. Catch you next time.